Lisa Harris here to introduce to you three people who are making clubs in Zonta this biennium.
Good day, everyone. My name is Judith Ainsworth, and I'm the club creator for a new Zonta Club in Kanata, Ontario, Canada. I'd like to tell you how I developed my invitee guest list for an event that we're holding next Tuesday. So here's the spreadsheet that I have developed. I contacted city councillor offices in the 6 wards to the west of Ottawa and got to know some of the councillors' assistants. And I got to know them by name, which was really important because then whenever I contact the offices now, I can write to Dear Nick, let's say. Then I also contacted provincial and federal government. I only heard back from a couple of them, but that was okay. I looked at journalists and the media, so the local Ottawa newspaper. I keep track of people who write articles on women's issues. So I have those names and I was able to get in touch with those people. I also contacted the local newspaper, the Kanata Your Community Voice. And as you can see in red, the editor-reporter for the newspaper has registered for our event. In addition, I have found that there are 2 people who have registered who said they saw the information about the event in the local news. I also looked at, of course, universities and colleges. The 2 universities, the 1 college we have in Ottawa, and I investigated the departments or offices that deal with women's issues, or the environment, things that are relevant that would correspond to Zonta. And so then I got in touch with people in those offices, such as the Human Rights Office, College Students Association, such as the UNICEF Carleton Society, the United Nations Society, the Women in Leadership Carleton. And I got a reply from the co-president of that society who said, they are busy because that will be exam period, but I'm going to get back to these people, try to encourage a few people to attend our event. So then I looked at Zonta connections. I looked at all of our former Jane M. Klausman Women in Business Scholarship recipients. I wasn't able to get in touch with all of them, but I have 5 very interested former JMK scholarship recipients. 3 registered for the event. I met with 1 for coffee and she has already submitted her application. I met on Zoom with another one of these young women who is very interested as well. Former Zontians, 2 of the former Zontians that I contacted have registered for the event, looking at different associations, different groups, women's groups as well, such as Ottawa Gatineau Grands. This association we have collaborated with in the past, the Grandmothers Advocacy Network. They actually had 8 registrants at our IWD event a couple of years ago. Another is the Ottawa Coalition to End Violence Against Women and the Ottawa Council of Women. We are a partner of the Ottawa Coalition of Women, or under the umbrella of the OCW. It's a national organization, so there should be local city organizations in pretty well every city in Canada. I looked at other things, community associations, the library, the recreation complexes, where I could ask for people to put up flyers for us to advertise the event. And then LinkedIn contacts. I'm pretty proud of this because I am not a social media person, but I got my LinkedIn running pretty well. I was able to get in touch with people through contacts of others, and then I was able to contact them and get in touch with more people, such as the Ottawa Board of Trade. This is the Chamber of Commerce. I've been in touch with a lot of people from there, and a few have registered for the event. Places like the Kanata Food Cupboard, somebody has registered there. Some of the other organizations, women's organizations, business organizations, the Women's Business Organization, those sort of organizations, associations. And so you can see the list of people that I have connected with on LinkedIn or am still in the process of connecting with, and I'm still working on this list and adding to it. I hope that I have been able to give you a few ideas for creating your own list.
I have not been living in Rwanda for many, many years. I have my family there, but professionally, I don't have any connection there. Once I was in a wedding party, and then I met a lady and we started chatting, discussing with her about what they do for women in Rwanda. And she told me that there was really many women associations because there were many issues after the genocide. And I started talking about what Zonta does. As it was really interesting, we decided that we should meet again. I told her, why not bring friends? And then we can discuss about Rwanda, how you need to be activists for the women's cause. She brought 8 ladies. This was just before our convention in Hamburg. I kept in contact with them. Even when I went to the convention, I was sharing what I learned from the convention. I was sending them some pictures about how many people were there. I kept video chatting with them, talking about the Zonta, talking about what people do, different places, like climate change problem of plastic, for instance. I did my homework and was looking what Zonta did in Rwanda. I started from the point that Zonta has been helping in Rwanda. Some of them knew the projects. Then I invited them for coffee. I said, bring your friends. For the coffee, we were around 16 people. I asked them, what is really the main issue? They said that the main issue is now with the youth, the young girls, because things have changed with the internet, with the media, and there was a big problem about education, but not really school education at home. Also issues like smoking, marijuana, drugs, and kids prostituting themselves. Also some issues for women because they have to struggle economically because things are more expensive than before, and they have to take care of many, many things at home, and they haven't started studying to have more financial liberty. So they work, and after work, they don't go home. They study. When we achieve a bachelor degree, that was almost enough. But now they want to go up to doctorate, to MBA, because that is what gives a better income. They were also talking about when, for instance, a girl stops in school because she has been pregnant, it's very difficult to continue her studies. And they need to have some kind of technical skills. And there were not really many schools giving that kind of skills. I think I had something like 4 meetings before really deciding who could join. I could see 10 potential ladies, but the others, they were very enthusiastic, but they were not really professionals. I had to do some networking. We do a big networking when we meet at the district level, when we meet in convention. So I was sharing with Hortense, I was sharing with Najim, I was sharing with Anne-Marie Cujo. So there were many, some of my colleagues in Benin, I was telling them what I was doing. And then we started involving our liaison because Najim told me that we have to keep Fernanda informed because she's the liaison with the district. And she has been very, very helpful at the international level.
So you go in March, you decide in June, you apply, and then you are telling people what's going on, sending them WhatsApp pictures, you're keeping it warm, you're reaching out to existing Zanta members for advice.
And also informing the girls in Rwanda that could be maybe a no. We decided to make a kind of orientation meeting on Zoom. I wanted that they have a better knowledge about Zonta. So Joanne was responsible for talking about the functioning of a club, and Hortense, we talk about the bylaws and talk about induction protocol, the ceremony, and then I will talk about the networking and fundraising. Networking is really a big part of recruiting. The virtual network is very, very important. I think I'm more shy to approach people physically than virtually. Actually, it is much, much easier. I start doing as you do when you headhunt for employees. We just go to professional websites like Twitter, and then I will follow some activists. And especially around the Girls' Day, the Women's Day, you see where people, they comment, and then you just follow them. And then you go to the professional website and you follow them. And then I will approach them, and sometimes I would make a comment to their website. And then I will ask to be acquainted. And then I will say that, okay, I like what you do, and I can see you are an activist. I'm an activist myself. And, start the conversation. And afterwards, I will talk about Zonta, and I will say what we do. And then I will ask if they are interested to learn a bit more. And then I will say, ask an email and send this booklet called Welcome to Zonta. And then I will just ask, okay, is it something which interests you? Then people, they will react. They said, oh, tell me more. Do you have more material? And then I will distribute the prospect members form. I recruited some ladies, and they brought also other ladies. And then at that point, we were something like 23 something. And then when you are a big number, you start being selective. In Africa, $100 is a lot, because people, they have a salary per month of $500 when they have a big position. Because I was asking a chief accountant how much you earn, it was something like $250 per month. Even though people, they're interested in defending other women, usually they said how it can change their lives. For some women, for instance, what they wanted from Zonta is self-realization.
You're at a wedding, you're having a conversation, people are interested, you invite them back and coffee, and then you invite them again with friends. And now you have a larger group. And then you started a few Zoom meetings. Are you telling me that you spoke about the bylaws and organizing before
Yes.
you formed?
Yeah.
And then you passed out the prospective member forms.
Yeah. Some gave up when they found you can't be a charter member without paying the dues. Some of them just decided, I'm interested, but I can't. Some members, they didn't have money, but they were sponsored. There were two young girls. One of the young girls was really an interesting member because she's already doing a lot for girls for her age. Her mother was a victim of rape. And so she's a child issued from a rape, and she's doing something for girls in the same situation. But she doesn't have a lot of money. I looked on the Rwandese by law regarding NGOs. And there is one advantage. NGOs, they have a possibility of having income generating activities, which is not in other countries, but provided that income generating activities is to serve the purpose of the club. You can't use those income generating activity for your own gain, but can help paying dues. It can help financing activities. It is in the Rwandese bylaws. And I think they were talking about having an activity producing mushrooms, because also we wanted to make sure that our bylaws didn't go against the Rwandese rules regarding creating a local NGOs. We had to contact a lawyer, because they wanted to make sure that is apolitical, it has nothing against other religion, but that is Zonta. That is almost the same thing. The Rwandese bylaw required that the bylaws had to be written in 3 languages, French, English, and Rwanda. When you create a Zonta club, you have to be prepared to disperse something from your pocket. You have to travel to Rwanda 3 times. Sometimes people contact me because of something I said or I written, and then I will continue the conversation. I will see, okay, do we share some values about helping women, about being activists? And then you start from there. For headhunting, I use a website called Woman Power Africa. You have a lot of women in South Africa who are active in different things. And then I will just choose those who are active in women's stuff. And then I will come in a dialogue with them. And then I will ask if they know Zonta. And then ask if they will be interested in having some material. And we had this CSW 67. Because those ladies very interested, they intervened. And what I did, for instance, there was one was very interesting. I could see she was everywhere. She was participating in different activities. And then I said, oh, I can see you are very, very active. You are really involved in women's cause. She said, yes. And I said, would you like to find some other ladies who are like you who could maybe join Zonta? She said, sure. And I said, we need some ladies from South Africa. Dan Sanet was in New York. Joanne was in New York. So I put them in contact so they could talk. She met her for coffee or something.
Do you have some favorite phrases that you say when you're speaking to somebody you discover on the internet?
Usually I say that, oh, I like what you do. I say that I share the same value, that I'm really interested in improving women's life. The key word also is when you talk about empowering other women. You feel good when you help other women feel good. For that reason, I became a Zontian. I have been a Zontian since 2010.
Do you have a system for people that you want to follow up on? How do you keep them in your head or do you write them down? How do you track?
I keep in contact because after contact by email, we ask if they have WhatsApp. And then once a while, I will just send a message, hello, how are you? It's a long time, these kind of things. And, and you see people who are interested in keeping in contact.
It's probably easy to keep in contact with them when they're on your WhatsApp.
Yes.
Then you won't forget them.
No.
Because not everybody comes ready to start. Timing is everything, right?
Yeah. First, I will put in as a contact the potential Zontian.
Oh, well, you put that the contact potential Zontian? I love it.
Yeah, we put Teresa Harris, Zontian, New York, something like that. So we made a forum for those still thinking about joining Zonta because they said that when they are ready, they will join.
Because you say, is it no for now or no forever?
We made a 3 forum. There was one, the general one. Everybody was on there, the 30-something people. And then we had the second one of people who were really interested in Zonta. And then we had the third forum, which was chartered member. Sometimes when we have some meetings, those who are interested, they come. And then you have closed meetings for the chartered members.
That creates desire too, because people want to be there.
Yeah. Sometimes I will work from the morning, doing things, looking for potential Zontian and having discussion and inquiring about their family, following if somebody was sick, somehow people start confiding in you and telling me their personal life, kind of trust to people that you care. Isn't a part of being a Zontian that you care for people? I have told them that it is not about just helping people outside. How can you help other people when you don't help your colleagues?
The club members.
And I think it is really important to have an inclusive club.
Hello, a pleasure to greet you. My name is Mariana Villar, and one day Angela called me and offered to found a new Zonta club in Uruguay. I was thrilled by the idea and told her what we are waiting for. The first thing we did was to contact our referents in the area, Magdalena Fioriti and Adriana Otero. After several meetings, we were exposed our ideas and we got the acceptance. When I spoke to Adriana Otero, our referent in membership, at first she thought that maybe the coexistence of two Zonta clubs in Maldonado could be confusing. But after I explained her that our work was going to cover other areas in need of attention, she understood. She gave me a hard task. That task was to reach the old Zontians that left the club, Punta del Este Maldonado. And with a lot of joy, we can tell that they came to us and they are joining the club in these days. We like to promote friendship and loyalty between the club members and creating a close bond based on Zonta's values and principles. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Angela Berendt, together with my friend Mariana Villar. We are very pleased and honored to respond to Theresa Harris' request to let you know how we arranged to form Sonda Club Atlántico Sur very recently. As a matter of fact, I returned from living in Germany 2 years, for 2 years, and I arrived in October. I called Mariana and we met and we decided to create a second Sonda Club here in Punta del Este, Maldonado. We asked, as Mariana mentioned, we had meetings with authorities and requested also authorization from Sonda International. And fortunately, everything went quite quickly. We got the permission the authorization to form the new club at the middle of February this year, 2023. And we had our presentation meeting on February 23rd here in Punta del Este. How did we do it? How did we contact people to join us, to join Sonda? Basically, what both Mariana and I did, we got in touch with former friends and people we just knew from our different lives. Mariana is a lawyer and I'm a business consultant. And so we told everybody what our project was going to be. From the beginning, and I think that is important, from the beginning, we decided to specifically draw on 2 projects. One was women and health, and the other one was women and education, joined by a third issue, which we find very important, which is leadership in women. So having that clear, this is what we told our contacts what we are going to do. And really it was not very difficult to get them interested. So on the 23rd of February, we had 15 members, the minimum requested by Sonda International. We had 15 members joining us. And as a matter of fact, at the beginning of March, we already had 20. So the presentation was important, absolutely. We had 90 people attending. It was a very interesting and diverse audience. We had we found we had great interest on Sonda International. And we decided that it was time to go ahead and already start working on our precise projects.
When we start telling friends and contacts about our project, they got interested and want to know more. We start meeting them and exchange ideas. Soon after, action plans flow, and we were working even before officially being a Sonda Club.
This is really a big thank you to Sonda International. We could not have done anything without all the help we received from Sonda International. We were very, very pleased and surprised that on March 8th, International Women's Day, we received our charter, which Mariana is holding our. We are club number 2029, and we are extremely pleased to be so. And we also received the same day Ute Scholz's letter congratulating us all and encouraging us. So basically what we want to do is to inspire all potential Sondians to join Sonda International, to join this huge community worldwide. It is definitely worth it. It is a lot of fun. We are meeting the most extraordinary people, and we are very pleased to be on board. And we could not have done this as fast as we did from February until now, which is the 4th of April, without your help. So a big thank you for helping us and for assisting us, and it's fun. We are enjoying it very much.